Many people believe that their lifespan is largely determined by genetics, but science suggests otherwise. After the age of 70, the most significant factor in determining how long you'll live has less to do with your DNA and more to do with your daily habits. There are 7 key indicators that can reveal how much time you have left, and these are not mere guesses. They're supported by research and can show up long before illness appears. Stay with me until the end because the final sign is often overlooked, yet it's the one that can truly predict whether you will thrive or simply exist. One of the most telling signs is your walking speed. While it may seem insignificant, a slight slowdown as you cross the street or a brief pause when stepping off the curb, don't be fooled. Your walking speed speaks volumes about your overall health, and it's one of the most reliable indicators of how long you'll live. It's not just about the exercise, but about how your entire body is functioning. Studies, including those published in the Journal of the American Medical Association and supported by decades of geriatric research, show that seniors who walk at or above 0.8 meters per second, about 2.7 feet per second, tend to live much longer than those who walk more slowly. That number may not seem significant at first glance, but in practical terms, it indicates whether your heart is strong, your muscles are functioning well, and your brain is processing information quickly enough to avoid falls. Your walking pace is essentially a measure of how well your nervous system is working. When you notice a slight decline in your pace, it's usually gradual. Your posture softens, your steps become lighter, and your stride shortens. You may even start looking at the ground more than the world around you. These small changes are a signal that your body's systems are slowing down. A decrease in walking speed is often linked to reduced cardiovascular strength. Perhaps your heart isn't pumping as efficiently, or your lungs aren't taking in as much oxygen with each breath. It might be caused by stiffer joints, weaker muscles, or a decline in coordination. It could even indicate that your brain's processing speed is starting to lag, affecting your ability to move smoothly. If you've noticed that your walking speed has slowed over the past year, it's time to take note. Your body is sending you a message, urging you to take action. But here's the good news. This isn't a permanent decline. Walking speed is something you can improve with effort. It's one of the most trainable aspects of your health. With intentional practice, you can regain speed and strength in your stride. You don't need a gym or a treadmill, just a space to walk and the decision to get moving. Start by walking for 10 minutes a day, then gradually increase to 15, 20 or more. But don't just stroll. Aim for a brisk pace where your body engages fully. Breathe deeply, swing your arms and focus on your stride. That's when the benefits begin. Your circulation will improve, your heart will become more efficient, your lungs will expand, and your coordination will sharpen. Most importantly, your brain will thank you for it. When you start walking briskly again, something amazing happens. You begin to reconnect with your body. You remind yourself that it's still responsive, still strong, still alive. Walking speed doesn't just tell you about your physical health, it influences your confidence. People who walk slowly often lack a sense of safety, which can lead to hesitation. You look down rather than ahead, shorten your stride and lose your center. This creates a cycle. Less confidence leads to slower movement, which feeds into fear, leading to even less movement. But when you pick up the pace, you send a powerful message to your body. We've still got this. That signal doesn't just affect your walk, it ripples throughout your entire life. Let's not forget the emotional benefits of movement. A brisk walk doesn't just stretch your muscles. It clears your mind, releases endorphins and stabilizes your mood. It resets your perspective. Walking fast is one of the easiest, safest ways to feel alive again, to feel strong and to move through the world on your terms. If you've been told to slow down with age, challenge that idea. You don't need to sprint or run, but you do need to maintain your walking speed. It's not just a pace, it's a lifeline. The body that walks slowly is often the body that sits more, rests more, and avoids activity. On the other hand, the body that moves quickly, even for just a few minutes each day, remains active, engaged, and independent. So measure your pace not by numbers, but by honesty. Can you walk across a parking lot without stopping? Can you keep up with someone 10 years younger? Can you finish a walk without feeling drained or sore? If so, protect that ability, train it, maintain it. If not, rebuild it slowly, step by step. Every movement counts because your walking speed is more than just how you move. It's a reflection of your life. Now let's talk about grip strength. It may seem like a small thing, the way your fingers wrap around a coffee mug or twist a doorknob, but don't be fooled. Your grip strength is one of the most honest indicators of your health. Research published in The Lancet, one of the most respected medical journals, revealed that grip strength is actually a stronger predictor of mortality than blood pressure. Yes, you read that correctly. The strength of your hands, your ability to squeeze, hold, and carry, can tell you more about your future than almost any other health marker. Why? Because grip strength isn't just about muscle, it's about connection. It shows how well your brain communicates with your body. It indicates whether your nervous system is firing with precision and whether your vascular system is circulating nutrients properly. A weak grip isn't just a sign of weak hands, it's a sign that something deeper is going wrong. Your heart may not be pumping with enough force, blood circulation may be struggling, or your muscles could be shrinking faster than they should. When your grip starts to fade, the impact goes beyond your hands. You'll notice difficulty with everyday tasks, turning keys, opening jars, carrying groceries, or even holding a pen. And this decline doesn't just affect your hands, it moves inward, signaling that other systems in your body are weakening too. But just like with walking speed, grip strength is something you can work on. It's another lifeline that can help you stay strong, independent, and engaged with life. Top of form, bottom of form. When your grip starts to weaken, it can be frustrating, and many people dismiss it as just arthritis or a natural sign of aging. But your body isn't giving up, it's asking for help, and that help comes through use, not avoid. The good news is, you can rebuild your grip strength, and in doing so, you'll reignite the entire system that controls motion and coordination. Your hands are the final link in a long chain: brain, spine, nerves, muscles, tendons, grip. Strengthening that link pulls the entire chain tighter, reminding your body how to function as one. Start small. Use a grip trainer, a handheld resistance tool designed to strengthen your forearms and fingers. Keep one near your couch or in your car. Use a stress ball, squeezing it 10-15 times per hand each evening. Hang from a sturdy bar if you can, even if your feet are still on the ground. Carry your own bags, even the light ones. Don't let others do everything for you. Reclaim the habit of using your hands actively, intentionally, and daily. Even simple actions help: squeezing a towel tightly, wringing out a cloth, or twisting off a stubborn lid. These small tasks, if done regularly, retrain your muscles and activate your nervous system. And as grip strength returns, so does your confidence. Your posture improves, your walking gait becomes more grounded, and your balance stabilizes. You trust yourself more, which changes how you interact with the world. People who feel strong in their bodies take more initiative. They speak up, move with purpose, and engage in life rather than spectate. It's not about developing bodybuilder hands, it's about maintaining functional independence. The ability to lift, support, and protect yourself. It's knowing that if you trip, you can catch your fall, that if you carry a bag, your hands won't give out halfway, and that if something slips, you can grab it without freezing. There's something even more vital no one talks about. Grip strength protects your brain. Cognitive studies show that people with stronger grips tend to have sharper minds. Grip strength is directly linked to motor control, which is deeply connected to executive function, memory, and focus. So yes, grip is strength, but it's also intelligence, awareness, stability, and longevity. If you've noticed your grip weakening, don't ignore it. It's not just old age, it's your body signaling for attention. And the solution isn't more medication, it's more activation. Your body will respond, it always does. You just need to give it the stimulus it needs. Start today. Pick something up and carry it a little longer. Squeeze, hold, hang, train your grip and bring your life back into your hands. Because a strong grip equals a strong heart, a sharp brain, and a longer life. Don't let go of that purpose. Purpose is deeply biological. It's the silent engine that powers everything in your body. It's not about staying busy or having goals. Purpose fuels your hormones, brain function, immunity, balance, and even your will to move. When that engine goes quiet, everything else starts to slow down. But when your sense of purpose is alive and thriving, it keeps you lit. That light is what protects you. Purpose is more than motivation. It's the foundation for health, longevity, and the drive to keep moving forward. A career, a legacy, a mission to change the world. Those are grand ideas. But as we age, purpose can become much simpler. At this stage in life, purpose is about having a reason to get out of bed, something that makes you sit up instead of lingering under the covers. It's what keeps your mind active, your body moving, and your emotions engaged with the world around you. It could be a person, a project, a quiet habit, a walk, a prayer, or a daily promise to yourself. The specifics don't matter. What matters is that it exists. Science backs this up. People with a clear sense of purpose tend to live longer. A significant study from the University of Michigan found that individuals with a strong sense of purpose, regardless of health, age, or income, were less likely to die during the study period. This isn't just correlation, it's biology. Purpose regulates stress hormones, sharpens focus, improves sleep, lowers inflammation, and gives your brain a reason to stay sharp and your body a reason to remain active. However, when purpose fades, the decline can be swift and often invisible. It starts with restlessness, then boredom, and eventually a quiet withdrawal. You begin sleeping in later, canceling plans, and saying things like, "I don't care," or "What's the point?" Days start to blend together. You eat more out of habit than hunger, move less even though you're not in pain, and feel heavier, even if your body hasn't changed. Over time, your nervous system begins to downshift. It stops preparing for action, stops anticipating the future, and simply exists. Eventually, it just stops. This is why retirement can be dangerous. Not because rest is wrong, but because disconnection is deadly. Many people retire and believe they can finally relax. But in doing so, they often retire from challenge, responsibility, and urgency. Within months or years, they start to deteriorate, not from overwork, but from underengagement. The body doesn't just need rest, it needs direction. Every day, you must tell your body through action, "We still have something to do, something worth caring about, something worth showing up for." This is what keeps your brain producing neurotransmitters, your immune system alert, and your muscles firing. Purpose doesn't just help you stay focused, it keeps you physically alive. So ask yourself, honestly, what still excites me? What makes me curious? What would I do, even if no one noticed? The answer doesn't need to be loud or impressive. It could be writing a note to a grandchild, growing a tomato, reading scripture, teaching one person what you know, feeding birds, mentoring someone younger, creating something, finishing something, or caring for someone. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be. Without that emotional anchor, the days lose meaning. When the days lose meaning, the body loses structure. And when structure is gone, the body forgets how to thrive. It begins to drift, and drifting is how people disappear, not from death, but from disconnection. But it doesn't have to be this way. You can reignite purpose at any age. You can choose something to care about again, give your nervous system a new signal, and tell your lungs, "We've got work to do." You can tell your heart, "Keep pumping. Someone still needs me." You can tell your hands, "We're not done creating." You can remind your soul, "We're not just waiting, we're still becoming." This shift doesn't require a massive life overhaul. It begins with a simple choice to engage again, to serve again, to notice again. When you do, you'll feel the energy return, the focus, the strength, the steadiness in your walk, the rhythm in your sleep, the clarity in your thoughts. Your body follows the mind's commitment. So if you've lost your sense of purpose, don't shame yourself, but don't ignore it either. That emptiness isn't just a natural part of aging. It's a signal. Like every signal from the body, it's asking you to respond. Find your reason, whether it's small or large, public or private, personal or shared. Let it move you. Because the moment you remember why you're still here, you stop drifting and start living again. Now let's talk about your resting heart rate. It's a quiet rhythm inside your chest, steady, consistent, often unnoticed. But if you listen closely, it tells you everything about how your body is doing. Unlike a fever or a sore joint, it doesn't demand your attention unless something's wrong. Yet it holds the key to your energy, clarity, and longevity. Your resting heart rate may be the most powerful number your body gives you every day. For older adults, a healthy resting heart rate typically sits between 60 and 70 beats per minute. This means that when you're calm, sitting still, and not under stress, your heart only needs beat about once per second to keep everything in your body alive and functioning. That's efficiency. That's balance. It's the result of a well-regulated cardiovascular system, one that knows how to do its job without panic, strain, or unnecessary pressure. And that's what we want as we age. Not just strength, but calm efficiency. We need a heart that doesn't overwork just to keep us upright. A heart with reserves for when we need to climb stairs, carry groceries, or fight off an illness. When your resting heart rate is consistently low, but not too low, it means your body isn't living in a constant state of alarm. It's living in a state of readiness and recovery. Here's the truth. Your resting heart rate isn't fixed, it's trainable. For many seniors, it begins to rise slowly, often without noticeable symptoms. One day, you might feel slightly winded after a short walk. Another day, your sleep isn't as deep, you feel irritable more easily, or you're more fatigued than usual, but can't quite pinpoint why. Then one day at the doctor's office, they measure your resting heart rate and it's sitting in the mid-80s or higher. This is your warning. A resting heart rate consistently above 80 beats per minute is linked to significantly higher risks of cardiovascular disease, stroke, and all-cause mortality. This means your heart is under strain even when you're at rest. It's like an engine idling in park. Everything seems fine on the surface, but under the hood, the system is burning out faster than it should. Over time, that strain wears on your arteries, taxes your brain, disrupts your hormones, and makes recovery harder, even after minor illnesses or injuries. But here's the empowering part. This is reversible. You can lower your resting heart rate, often without medication, often within weeks. You can bring your body back to a state of calm resilience, not by trying harder, but by practicing the things that nurture your nervous system. It's about intentional movement, stress reduction, balanced nutrition, and mindful habits that signal to your body that it's time to heal, rest, and recover. This doesn't just help your heart, it restores your entire system. Your system craves oxygen, movement, hydration, and rhythm. Start with your breath, one of the simplest and most powerful tools you have. Just 5 minutes of slow diaphragmatic breathing, breathing in through the nose for 4 seconds, out through the mouth for 6, can begin to lower your heart rate in real time. Practice this in the morning, before meals or before bed. It signals to your body we're safe now, and when your body feels safe, it doesn't panic, it doesn't race. Next, consider your movement. You don't need to run, but you do need to walk briskly each day with purpose. Just 20-30 minutes of walking a day lowers cortisol, improves circulation, trains your heart to beat more efficiently, and builds what's called cardiovascular reserve. This reserve is your buffer, the space between effort and overwhelm. When you build that buffer, your heart doesn't need to spike under small amounts of stress. It remains calm under pressure. Support this with hydration. Dehydrated blood is thicker, harder to pump, and puts more strain on the heart. Aim for steady water intake throughout the day, not just when you're thirsty. If needed, add a pinch of sea salt or an electrolyte powder. Your heart is a pump, and like all pumps, it works best when the fluid it moves is light, smooth, and balanced. Don't forget magnesium. This mineral is essential for regulating your heartbeat, relaxing blood vessels, and calming your nervous system. Most seniors are deficient in magnesium without realizing it. A high-quality magnesium supplement like magnesium glycinate or citrate, or foods like leafy greens, avocado, pumpkin seeds, and dark chocolate can make a noticeable difference in your heart rate within days. So if your resting heart rate is high, don't ignore it, but don't fear it either. It's not a diagnosis, it's an invitation, a chance to return to rhythm. It's an opportunity to give your heart, and by extension your entire body, permission to slow down, strengthen, and find balance. If your resting heart rate is already low and healthy, don't wait for illness to build your habits. Keep breathing, walking, hydrating, and calming your system every day, even when you feel fine. Because a calm heart is a capable heart, a calm heart is a longer living heart, and a calm heart gives you a gift no pill ever could: peace inside your own body. Resilience is not measured by how long it takes to recover. It's measured by how quickly you bounce back. It's how you respond not just to the good days, but to the tough ones. Setbacks come as part of aging: a lingering cold, a stumble on the stairs, the loss of a loved one, or a change in routine that throws you off emotionally. These moments aren't unusual. They're part of the landscape of life. What matters isn't whether they happen, but how quickly you recover. Recovery speed reveals something deeper. It shows that your body can still adapt, that your nervous system can regulate after stress, that your immune system doesn't stay inflamed, and that your mind doesn't get stuck in the loop of grief or despair. It's not about avoiding setbacks, it's about how you rise after them. And that's what determines your resilience, your ability to live a longer, fuller life. Top-of-form frustration often comes when you feel like your body or mind isn't responding as it once did. But the fact that you still have the inner flexibility to bend without breaking, that more than any lab result or fitness tracker, is a clear sign that you are still very much alive. Let's start with the physical side. Think about how you recover from a cold. Does it take a few days, or does it drag on for weeks? How about if you strain your back? Does it settle quickly with some rest and movement, or does it flare up every time you try to get back to normal? The older you get, the more these questions matter. Delayed recovery isn't just about aging bones or a slower metabolism. It's about chronic inflammation and a system that's no longer turning off the fight response when it should. This is a red flag. Quick recovery means your immune system knows how to respond, repair and release. It means your hormones are cycling properly, your cells are listening to the body's commands, and your mindset is supporting healing instead of resisting it. Now let's look at resilience from an emotional perspective. It's just as crucial, though it may look different. How long does it take for you to recover after a bad interaction? How many days does grief stop you from eating well, sleeping, or reaching out to a friend? How deeply does disappointment sink into your bones before you're able to shake it off? People who bounce back emotionally faster aren't cold or heartless. They're regulated. Their nervous systems don't overreact to every hardship. They don't dwell in self-pity. They don't deny sadness, but they move through it. That kind of emotional regulation is protective. It lowers cortisol, reduces inflammation, and safeguards memory and sleep. Studies show that people who process grief more efficiently tend to experience fewer long-term physical illnesses. Why? Because their system lets go. This type of recovery isn't just about luck or genetics. It's a practice, a skill you can strengthen. Start by creating routine. The body thrives on rhythm. Wake up at the same time, eat meals at regular intervals, and move your body every day, even if it's just a little. This gives your nervous system anchors, so when disruptions come, you don't unravel completely. Your system can return to center more easily. Next, focus on connection. When things go wrong, don't isolate yourself. Don't shut down or disappear. Recovery happens faster in community. A simple phone call, a coffee with a neighbor, or a laugh with your grandchild. They aren't just social events. They are biological upgrades. They bring your system back online. Most importantly, trust your body's capacity to heal, even when it takes time, even when the setback feels large. The body listens to belief. If you believe you're fragile, you become fragile. If you believe you're still adaptable, trainable, and capable of recovery, your body responds accordingly. That belief can change your chemistry. Resilience doesn't mean you never fall. It means you don't stay down. It means your bones rebuild after strain, your lungs strengthen after illness, your mind clears after confusion, your hope returns after disappointment, and your energy rises after loss. If you've noticed you're slower to recover lately, don't panic, but don't accept it as your new normal either. Ask yourself why. Is your sleep broken? Are you moving less? Are you holding on to stress with no outlet? Are you isolating? Are you connecting with others? Your answers matter because they guide your recovery plan. You can rebuild and reclaim resilience. It starts with understanding where you are and making small intentional shifts toward healing. At any age, you can become more resilient. Your body is designed to adapt all the way until your final breath. It might require more patience, more intention, and more listening, but that power is still within you. So the next time you face a setback, don't just endure it. Watch how you rise. That's where your real age shows up, not in the mirror, but in your recovery time. Let's talk about social connections. Loneliness is deadly. Research from Harvard confirms that social isolation is as dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. If you go days without talking to anyone, if you feel invisible, or if you've withdrawn from regular connections, that's a silent risk. But even just one deep, meaningful relationship can make all the difference. Make it a goal to talk, share, and listen every day. Social ties strengthen immunity, reduce depression, and increase your lifespan. Next is optimism. This one might surprise you, but seniors who believe their future still holds joy, love, or progress live longer. Optimism isn't blind positivity. It's emotional momentum. It's a sign that your spirit hasn't given up. Studies from Yale show that people with a positive perception of aging live on average 7.5 years longer. That's not a placebo effect. That's biology responding to belief. Final wisdom: your future isn't written in your genetics. It's hidden in your action. Each of these signs isn't just a reflection of where you are. It's a choice, a signal from your body and mind, telling you exactly where to focus your attention. So don't ignore them. Start now, because the secret to living a long life is living with awareness. And every day you stay aware is another day you stay alive. Bottom of